Take Control Books are media sponsors of MacVoices TV at Macworld 2010. See their selection of ebooks at takecontrolbooks.com. Hi, I'm Chuck Joyner, and this is MacVoices TV at Macworld 2010. We're a little bit pre-show this time around, talking to Greg Scown of SmileOnMyMac about, well, I'll let him tell us what we're here to talk about because it is a little bit of a pre-release discussion. Greg, welcome to MacVoices TV. It's great to have you.
Good morning, Chuck. We're going to talk about TextExpander 3, which we plan to release at the end of February or the beginning of March. And so we thought we'd tell your users and ours and everyone else a little bit about it.
TextExpander 3. Okay, TextExpander is one of my favorite SmileOnMyMac products, and this is great news that we're going to go the whole way up to 3. What do we have coming now? Because I thought TextExpander 2 did everything we could possibly want.
Well, the TextExpander 3 does more. We tried to make it easier to add and edit snippets, so you can now define a hotkey to bring up a quick window to define a new snippet. You can also define a hotkey to edit your last expanded snippet. So if you want to make corrections to something you just expanded and you want to do it while you're thinking about it, then TextExpander 3 makes that super easy. Another focus of TextExpander 3 was adding features, and so we've been asked for Dropbox support explicitly in the application, and we're going to add that. We've also been asked for fill in the blanks, and so you could actually define a snippet that said, "Dear fill in the blank for name, comma, we received your order for fill in the blank for color widget. Thank you very much, Acme Widgets." And then you could go back and when you expand it, fill in the customer's name and then the color of the widget. So, "Dear Chuck, you ordered a blue widget," and etc.
Very cool. Now, okay, so I'm wrong. TextExpander 2 couldn't do everything that that you would think, but you guys came up with some great new stuff.
Mm-hmm. We also added we changed TextExpander 3 to an application, which allows you to do fun things like expand in the horizontal dimension. So when we're trapped in the system preferences, you can't resize the window horizontally. And so TextExpander 3 has a lot more space for you to define your snippets, to see your snippets, and to work. And we like that. We also moved the preferences into where you would expect them to be, and we added Sparkle updating, so TextExpander will be able to automatically update from 3.0 onward.
Very cool, very cool. Something that concerns me whenever I start to see things get beyond about 2 or 3 or 4, that the developers are trying to put in new features, and they're doing so at the expense of ease of use. And that's always been one of the great things about TextExpander. You don't have to, it's great to read the manual and you get a lot out of it, but you don't have to take advantage of it. Are you kind of fighting that balance, or have you been able to implement some of these changes pretty easily?
Well, we've tried to maintain our core competency of expand your snippets and do it quickly. And then from that, we've developed our feature set to allow you to create new snippets more easily, edit your existing snippets, and then the other things I didn't mention are to find your existing snippets very easily. So in 2 ways you can do that in TextExpander 3. One would be that we've added a search to the TextExpander menu bar, so you can type your partial search term and get a list of matching snippets. The other thing that you can do is define a hotkey and type the first few letters, hit the hotkey, and get a list of matching snippets. So all of what we've done isn't to broaden the feature set of TextExpander, but it's to make using TextExpander work better for everybody, both new users and old users alike.
Okay, thank you. We must have done a script because that's a perfect segue. Mm-hmm. Since you're going from a preference pane to an application, what are the implications for the user who is using TextExpander 2 and wants to upgrade then to TextExpander 3 when it comes out? Is it a pretty seamless transition? Yeah,
it's going to be very seamless. You're going to launch TextExpander 3 and then it's going to offer to remove TextExpander 2. It'll transfer your data automatically. In fact, your data lives in the same place. It should be completely painless transition.
That's great. Any integration with other SmileOnMyMac products at this point, or is that something that maybe in the future or not able to talk about at this point?
Well, TextExpander certainly functions in PDF Pen and Disk Label, so you can enter and expand your snippets in our existing applications. It doesn't necessarily make sense for you to define a snippet in Disk Label, really, or to define a snippet in PDF Pen. However, if you want to bring up the quick window to do so, then it's going to work in both of those applications, just as it would in any other application.
And I assume that the new TextExpander is going to retain everything that the old one did, that you'll be able to just take pages and pages of stuff and cram it in there if that's what you need to do.
Oh, absolutely, definitely. You could have thousands of snippets if you so desire. We'll still have the built-in tidbits autocorrect library, the built-in autocorrect library of the top 100 or so misspellings. Gene's done some wonderful work. We've got a symbols library. We've got accented words, which is really fun. So if you want creme brulee to look exactly right, or Champs-Élysées, then you're all set with TextExpander.
Another thing I've noticed, and this may be a little outside the scope of what we started to talk about, but I'm seeing, especially on the iPhone, but I'm seeing more and more people integrate TextExpander into their products and what they do, which is, first of all, it's a tribute, I think, to just how useful the product is, but it also puts you all in a very interesting position of having to work with a lot of people and still maintain your ease of use and all the functionality that you've built into this product over the years.
Sure, it's really exciting. So we do have a iPhone application, and you can transfer your snippets from the desktop application to the iPhone application. And recently we've been working with developers, and we've targeted Twitter applications and notebook/getting things done applications for integrating the TextExpander library so that you can use TextExpander in those applications. So examples include Tweety, and just released yesterday, notebooks. And so there are a variety of other applications that we support as well.
So you have people beating down the doors to want to work with you.
It's exciting. It's really fun. It's fairly simple to integrate, and it brings a lot of power to your iPhone application. It makes it much easier on your users to enter data.
Yeah, that's what I found. I mean, first of all, TextExpander on the desktop is fantastic because it saves you so much. If you just take those couple seconds to set something up, and then it's at your command all the time. But on the iPhone, I think it's even better because the lack of multitasking and some of those things. Copy and paste is great, but it's still a 1.0 kind of copy and paste. But with TextExpander, boy, I can fill in a lot of things and get a lot of work done that I couldn't otherwise do. And of course, now I have to bring up the word that you probably don't want to talk about, iPad.
Oh, the iPad. Well, sure. Our initial testing suggests that TextExpander will function on the iPad. There is question as to whether and how much we would revise the interface of the existing application to accommodate the iPad. I think as a practical matter, it's a bit difficult to say what would happen in that space until, really possibly even until they're available. I think in the short term, the iPhone application will run on the iPad unmodified, and then in the longer term, as the interface metaphors for the iPad start to solidify, I guess would be the best word I can come up with, or at least are actually known, then we'll have a better idea of where we can take TextExpander and also its overall utility on the iPad. We expect it's going to be quite useful.
Yeah, I frankly, I can see a lot of exciting things for TextExpander on the iPad, even more so than the iPhone, because now you're going to have those opportunities to be working in Pages, in Keynote, in Numbers, of really getting work done in a much more approachable environment when you have this device. So TextExpander just will integrate in with that so nicely, and I hope you're working on that real quick.
Well, to be fair, it's unlikely that TextExpander will be able to integrate with the Apple applications, certainly on day one, given the nature of the iPad. The iPad runs the iPhone OS and has the same issue of allowing only one foreground application at a time. So you will be able to expand your snippets in the TextExpander application. You'll be able to copy them over, but on day one, you will not be able to run TextExpander inside iWork. No, that's not going to happen.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think so. And, it's an interesting problem.
We wish. We really wish.
It's an interesting problem you all have because you're the company that has products that have fans. I mean, and not every company has that, but there are a lot of fans of TextExpander, of PDF Pen Pro. And so that means, we're calling you right away and saying, day one, I'm going to get an iPad. Will yours work? And it's almost unfair to you, but it should be also quite a compliment.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I'm incredibly grateful that you're asking, and I'm happy to clarify for people who are listening. We do the very best we can with what we have available, and we respect our fans immensely because without them, we wouldn't be in business.
Greg, I appreciate you taking the time as we get ready to go into Macworld 2010. It should be a great show, and we'll look forward to seeing TextExpander 3, and then, of course, TextExpander on the iPad within a reasonable amount of time.
In due course, yeah.
In due course, perfect. Greg, thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm Chuck Joyner. This is MacVoices TV at Macworld 2010. We'll be back with more soon. Thanks for watching. Take Control Books are media sponsors of MacVoices TV at Macworld 2010. See their selection of ebooks at takecontrolbooks.com. MacVoices TV is part of the MacVoices Group and a member of Mac Level 10.